right, live. Let's figure out a decent filter on this because it is late at night. Well, it's not late at night, actually. What time is that? It's 11:15. All right. Let's at least get something half decent on so we can chit chat. So we can have a martini. You can join me and we can chit chat. All right, let me bring this over here a little bit like this. Let's do that. I really need to get a new tripod. Is what I need. But you know what? This is just gonna have to do for now. Could straighten my hair. Look at this. Literally, it's just like I desperately need to do my hair. Anyway, this is not why I'm on here. I'm on here to discuss some reality stuff and some news that has come out in the past couple of days. So obviously my podcast is Tender Loving. You know what? I love how I'm just speaking into the abyss. This is the whole thing with these lives that I'm trying to get used to, is that you come on and obviously I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a big following or anything like that. And you have to realize that you go on and there's just nobody there. So you're speaking to literally to the abyss. And when you have stuff to talk about, I don't know how you're supposed to do it. Are you supposed to just get into it and then people can join? But then I get this like pressure of, I have to like catch everyone up on what I was just saying. And then somebody says hello and then I see her. I just get very distracted. I think that's the issue, is just I get very distracted. But maybe doing YouTube will help me with those issues. Maybe it'll help me with a lot of issues, but I don't know. There's a lot to address, so a lot of issues to address, so I don't know about that. But I do know I am looking quite shiny. Could straighten my hair. I mean, you know, most YouTubers come on here, or not YouTubers, but people come onto YouTube and they do lives and they have like their hair all sorted and they have, you know, great makeup. The problem is I'm just not, I like makeup. I want to have somebody say, all right, Polly, this is how we're going to do everything for you. And then that'll be fine. Anyway, back to what I wanted to chat about. So yeah, I may as well just go into it. And then if anybody joins, they join. And if they don't, hey ho. Hey ho. But what I did want to say is I wanted to talk about the podcast in general. So this channel, you know, is basically going to be just, I'm trying to figure everything out with the podcast because I'm on here and I'm on Twitch as well. And I do know that it is important to, what I would like to have a YouTube channel that kind of chronicles the podcast and me working on the podcast, and definitely about reality television, live recordings of the podcast, you know, videos when I do interviews with guests, because I have a couple of guests that are coming on. I had one on last week, another one on next week, and they're really, really interesting guests. So that interview I think would be really fun to have on the on my YouTube channel. So I want my YouTube channel to incorporate that, but then to also incorporate oh, hello, someone joined us. And when I say us, I mean someone joined me. So thank you. Hello, whoever you are and wherever you're from. But yeah, so I have these interviews that I did with two people. One of them was a star of a Peacock show. It was a Peacock dating show, which was honestly like a crazy show. I am going to put that up. I'm in the process of editing it, but that video will be up like next week. And then hello, whoever you are. I've said Martini in chit chat here, so I need to get my martini, really, don't I? Cheers to anyone that is watching and possibly having a little drink right now on a Monday night. If it's been a bad or busy Monday, treat yourself to a glass of wine. That's professional advice I'm giving on YouTube, by the way. Professional advice. But yeah, so I have the star of the Peacock show that is going to, that I interviewed last week, which was really, really fun. She kind of gives background of what it's like to be on a reality show and what it's like with production and how much is kind of passed out to you about how you should act and how dress and if there are storylines, because she was on a show. I'm not giving anything away until I release it next week, but she was on a show that is about like finding love. Okay, so it was one of those, but it has a massive twist. So you've probably seen it on Peacock, or you've probably know who she is. So it's going to be really, really fun. That's going to come out next week. And then I also have an amazing, amazing interview this Sunday. Okay, so this Sunday airs the new season of Sister Wives. Now, guys, bear with me. If you are not a Sister Wives fan, you don't understand why it's been going on for something like 18 seasons. I can tell you it is a show that is so banana cuckoo, like totally banana cuckoo, that it has lasted this long. And Cody, who is the patriarch of the whole, you know, he started off with 4 wives. He's now got 1, and she's barely hanging on. And there is this huge rumor that's going out. And once again, Instagram Tender Loving Care podcast, I'm very hesitant about saying the rumor because I do want to say it's all alleged. Nothing is fact. This is all completely a rumor that I am repeating, but not stating as fact. Just want to make sure I tick all those boxes, okay? But they're selling their house in Arizona. This is Cody and his remaining wife. And there is a rumor that has been going on that his stepdaughter, who is the biological daughter of his wife, that he's still with and remaining married to, is pregnant. And that the father is Cody. Once again, that is a rumor, that is not fact. I'm just repeating what has been said on the internet. It's all alleged, all alleged, all alleged. Anyway, so having said all that, the new season begins this Sunday at like 9 o'clock, I think, on TLC. So obviously I'm going to be watching that. I mean, with the podcast, I already do all the 90 Day Fiancé the other way, which is Americans that have moved their entire life to go to a new country to be with their new wife or new husband or whatever, never having lived in the country before, and it's about them getting used to the customs, the culture, the religion, everything, and it is really good. It's really, really good. So I cover that, and then I cover 90 Day Fiancé. So that's another group of American. I mean, casting works so hard, you have no idea. Like TLC casting, there should be a category in the Emmys for it. There really should. They work so incredibly hard. They found another load of dum-dums, right? And they found another group of people that are searching for love on the internet, believe everything they hear, and they have decided to go over to meet, some of them for the very, very first time, a person that they've fallen in love with on the internet and get married. It leads to them bringing them back to America and applying for a 90-day fiancé visa. So for example, we have one guy who's never left the country, who has no home, who has no money, who eats shrimp with the shells on, flying to the Philippines with just one backpack, not like a backpacking backpack, like a backpack that you would go to school with. And he's going to meet his girlfriend there, who he met over the internet and has been talking to for about four years or something, a long, long time. And He has declared he's in love with her, wants to get married, and this girl's giddy, being excited about it. However, he has not told her that he doesn't really want to live in America anymore because it's too expensive, that he is broke, that he doesn't have a home, and he's divorced, has kids, and also he wants to marry her, but also sleep with other people and have an open relationship. That's the whole package that this guy's wrapping up. He's wrapping up all this package and then going over to the Philippines to just give it to everybody. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that's one of the shows, and then I do go into 90 Day. Sorry, Bravo. So on Friday I have, and that's really where my love affair of reality television started. It's got to be Bravo. So starting with going with Bravo and doing the Real Housewives. So right now it's the Real Housewives of Orange County, which is so beyond epic. Hang on, let me just turn one thing off here on my computer. Ba, ba, ba. Give me a second. I say give me a second, but I really don't need to because... Okay. Okay. Yeah, the Real Housewives of Orange County, guys. I mean, this season, what they have done. So Orange County, like a lot of housewives, a lot of housewives franchises, they go up and down. Like we get some seasons of housewives that are just so bloody good. May I reference Real Housewives of New York, where we are having the iconic, like season 8, season 9, Bethany comes back. We got Dorinda with the you know, clip. I'll tell you how I'm doing, not well, bitch. You know, I made it nice. Like all these iconic Real Housewives. But season 7, 8, like with Heather, Dorinda, and then you get Kristen, Justice for Jules as well, by the way. We could have a whole discussion. Maybe I should change this to just let's discuss Real Housewives of New York, because I should write that down. I kind of have ideas for my lives and stuff, make it a lot more interesting than me. Knowledge and love for the Real Housewives of New York is unprecedented. It really is unprecedented. I like to consider myself an aficionado of the Real Housewives, especially New York, because I know there's this new iteration of New York, and I have been very vocal that I don't like it. I began watching the last season, and I know it can't continue what it was, because Ramona was a mess, and Luann's like this cabaret star, and Dorinda was cuckoo at the end. But they switched it so much with the Real Housewives of New York. It's not the Real Housewives of New York anymore. For me, I reference this new iteration of Real Housewives of New York as the real friends of New York, because it's not our gals. And it's not, here's the rules for Real Housewives. Number 1, they have to be 40 and over. I think that's an age, like we can't have people in their 30s, just because I feel as though, I don't know, I need that maturity. So they've got to be 40 plus. And there has to be money there, and they cannot be already celebrities or with a celebrity last name. And they cannot be like influencers. That's the worst thing that happened with this new Real Housewives of New York. Like they got these people, and it's just like, well, they're influencers, they're wanting to be on TV. That's not what Real Housewives is. You can do like the Friends. Like look at Summer House. Like Summer House is not my favorite, but it is what it is, and it's hugely popular, and it is a lot of like influencers and people that kind of work in that market. But that's not Real Housewives. So anyway, guys, I could go on a rant about this for a while, but I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I do think I should do like a completely separate, like a whole separate live that will just be like 90 Day Fiance. I can do like one live, and then I'll do another one. There's just like the history of Real Housewives and the history of Real Housewives of New York, because I do think that the people that know the Real Housewives of New York will completely understand how passionate I am about it. Other people will just think I'm ridiculous, which is fine. But yeah, we could do that. So anyway, having said that, yeah, I am just finishing up some editing for a couple of episodes I'm going to put out. And in the meantime, I thought I would come on here, and I'm having a martini break, so it's martini time. Martini time! And yeah, I wanted to come on and just chit chat, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people online, but we shall see. We shall see. Talking about reality gossip, you know what I can do actually? Let me go. Okay, while I'm on here, let me go on my laptop. Maybe a little bit. All right, let's go on my laptop here. To okay, this might be a bit actually. I'm okay. See if I go here. I'm wondering if I'm just trying to go on here to see if I can add some info on the stream that I'm currently on. I just don't know how it works. Hello, whoever just joined. What are you doing tonight? Where are you? And are you having fun? And thank you for joining me. Oh, so let me see. Yeah, okay. I can actually edit this to put, I just want to put in here like what I'm talking about. Ba, 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 bum. Gum. Let's put in Sister Wives to see if anybody actually wants to chat about Sister Wives. I don't know what the audience, I do know that when I have done podcast episodes about Sister Wives, it's huge. Like it blows up. It gets really, really big. So I do know that there are people out there that love Sister Wives. I mean, hello, it's been on for like 18 seasons. Like people want to do this. People do want to talk about it and do watch it. It has a massive fan base. I mean, Cody and his wives, they have earned a fortune, an absolute fortune from doing that show, which is just crazy. It really is. But here's the question I've always had, and I don't know if anyone can ever... By the way, I'm putting all this powder on because it's late at night and I'm looking completely greasy. Which is fine, but whatever. If anyone can answer me this about polygamy. So this is what I don't understand. And I've had this conversation a couple of times when we have discussed Sister Wives on the podcast, okay? So polygamy, they state in, okay, I'm talking about America, that polygamy is illegal, okay? And polygamy is defined as having more than one spouse, okay? However, here's the deal. You look at something like Sister Wives. He is only legally married to one person. And the rest of the women that live in his house, he calls his wives. But there's no legality that makes him their wives. It's just 3 other people that live with him that he has done a spiritual ceremony to be his wife. So how are they breaking laws? Does that make any sense? Because I understand polygamy being illegal if you go to a courthouse, get married to somebody, don't get divorced, then you go to the courthouse and maybe somehow get the documents again to marry somebody else. That's bigamy, and that's illegal because you're marrying 2 people at the same time. I understand how that's illegal, but how is it illegal if you are only legally married to one person but have 4 or 16 other people living with you and you call them your wives, but they're not your wives in legal terms? So how is any of that illegal? I get into this like circle of trying to understand it, and I need to speak to somebody that has knowledge about it, because it doesn't make any sense to me. It really, really doesn't. All right, so let me finish adding some stuff here. All right. Okay, let's go here. So I'm also, I'm getting used to this whole like streaming thing, and I am on Twitch as well, which is interesting. Twitch is a very different beast than YouTube. Twitch is, I'm probably going to do half an hour on here and then I'll go over to Twitch, but Twitch is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's different people, because Twitch obviously was established because it was mostly for streamers, right? So they're streaming stuff. And this is so... So anyway, yeah, it was established that you know, it was for streamers and gaming and stuff like that. And then, oh, there's a fly. And then what like it, oh, hello, a dreamy world. Oh, I live in a dreamy world. Hello. So what it became, like Twitch became very much that type of thing. And I'm obviously not a gamer, so I'm not on there like gaming or anything like that, but there is a section that is like a chat or something like that. So I go on there to kind of do what I'm doing here, but I'm so new to everything. I'm trying to understand the world and the dynamics of what people want on YouTube and what people want on Twitch, because it's very, very different. It's very much like Instagram and TikTok, like the stuff. Sometimes I'll post something on Instagram that will get like 1,000 views. I'll post a reel, the same reel on TikTok, and it will get like 20,000, 50,000 views. It's bananas. It doesn't make any sense. I try to figure out the algorithm, but I think with everything with social media, it's just so hard to really pin down, because I think it changes constantly. But I was at my friend's house the other day that was saying, we've spoken a lot about how TikTok is supposedly going away, right? It's I know it's owned, it's a Chinese company, and then there was all this stuff about how it's going to just disappear and it's going to shut down. I thought that was going to happen last year. It hasn't happened yet, but I was speaking to my friend yesterday who said, no, it's supposed to be happening in January of next year. I don't know if that's true, but I have no investment in TikTok. I don't go on there a lot. I just get super overwhelmed by it. So I'm mostly on Instagram, which is Tender Loving Care podcast, Tender Loving Care podcast on Instagram, if you want to join me there. So yeah, I'm just trying to see right now about going over to Twitch. Doesn't seem to be anything happening on YouTube right now. Nobody wants to hear my ridiculous ramblings and my martini time, which I don't really blame any of you, but yeah, so I think I'm probably going to go over to Twitch in a little bit, but someone's watching me. Who are you? So if you have not already, please go to the description, or I guess my profile description, my profile on this channel, and you can see my Instagram account, ways to get in touch, podcasts, things like that. And the fact that I desperately need to invest in some good lighting, because I don't know lighting as well. It's another thing. You see these YouTubers and they're so great. They have like the perfect lighting and all of this, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing at all. So I do need to invest in all of that, which I will, because I do feel like I like doing this, and I do like, there's a lot more that I want to do with this when it comes to just like chronicling things and talking to you more about the podcast and just day-to-day stuff. Like I say, it's not going to be predominantly about the podcast. It's just going to be about, you know, my life and being a podcaster. And I did have somebody the other day that it was really interesting. She came on and she was saying, she was English, and she was in the chat, and she said, well, my son just went to Florida and like fell in love with Florida and has decided they definitely want to move to America. What do they need to do? And I'm like, there is so much when it comes to immigration, you have no clue. I was like, and she goes, could you make a video about it? And I was thinking, that's actually a really good idea. Like, I don't want this to be solely all about my podcast. It's for people that follow my podcast and listen to it and then want a little bit of insight into my life. And I do think I should do a video about moving to the States, because people have no clue. They really have no clue what it's like to move here. So yeah, I think I should do that. Anyway, having said all that, I'm going to go and hop off now, do a bit of editing, and then head over to Twitch. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching, the whole 3 of you. I don't know. Odd timing. Anyway, mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.